Okay, chat. Let me see yesterday. This was a clip from my stream of me going through the chat logs of LVT Halo. Basically just shading me in the chat of APG stream. Okay? That's this clip.
Wait, can you full screen that or no?
I can.
Can
But
you?
it's 5 minutes long, I'm not watching it. I really ripped it.
Yeah.
So let's see how people respond to this. Because I pretty much was saying it was weird and very unprofessional of LVT to be doing this, especially considering the fact that they want us to compete in their league. And it was just weird that during discussions he's doing shit like this while he's trying to convince us to play in the thing that they want to happen. Anyways, run the tourney. If Hoppy doesn't want to be in it, who cares? Yeah, they should just do that. Seems like the core issue has been poor communication. This is why there's a players union in pro sports to get everyone organized on the same page. Yeah, one thing too is that before LVT even came out with this format, they should have talked to pro players. They shouldn't have just came out with it and had our immediate reactions when it happened, because that's why they got reactions the way they did. They should have talked to us and made something that we all agreed upon and then announced it. Oh my God, this guy's back. Hold on. This guy's back.
Oh, D
I've been looking for this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been looking for you.
Here we go. I just got back into Pro Halo the last 2 months. The first 2 events were incredible. That's why it's so sad watching the pros have no sense of self-awareness for how the scene is hanging on by a thread. They're a snap of a Microsoft finger away from having no pro scene. Then an org fronts 50K to get a league going that could start something that lives on independently from or alongside HCS, and Formal and others just whine and cry instead of seeing it as an opportunity. So this guy's saying that
He's spitting, dude.
Halo's almost dead, which I agree with.
But like Halo's always a Microsoft like snap away. Like that's just like
yeah.
I mean it always is.
That's
Always
nothing,
even when it's like
it's nothing
good.
new. There's
Like,
nothing new. What is that noise? Okay, the thing about this is that he's suggesting that if the HCS does die, this league would have been the starting point for a brand new league where I guess Shopify and LVT run it, and that would be the new HCS. Sure. Okay, that's possible. Sure. Still think it's brain dead, but this is possible. It's extremely selfish of Formal to have essentially nuked this when he's financially independent and on the back end of his career. You don't know if I'm on the back end of my career.
He said you're washed.
Hey, just do me wash at the end of that too. I didn't nuke this. I just expressed criticism. I did not nuke this.
You are washed and old. Shut up.
I'm down to play this lane. I hope this league happens and Optic sits out and the Halo community can rally together to try and use this league to build something great. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I love this guy.
I've been in Halo community a long time. That shit will not happen.
I love D Stills.
That is like positive as f, and I like can't even hate on that part. But like knowing the Halo community, we would not rally.
That might be adverb maker.
Like the counter, like the polar opposite of verb. Yeah, could be. I mean, I agree with the wash part, but
yeah, I didn't say no one should play it. I'd never said that no one should play this. Other teams will play it if they want to. I don't care. Exactly. Halo as an esport does not have legs to stand on. Formal is a major part / leg of the esport, so I'm one of the legs. He needs to have more self-awareness. I am aware of this. That's why I expressed my opinion about how bad I thought the league was, because I understand this and I am self-aware of it, so that they would listen. If Formal can't give his opinion about non-HCS league event without fear of the whole thing collapsing, then the issues are far bigger than the event itself. That's just crazy. He did not have to shut up. He should have used his leverage, being on Optic, to have behind-the-scenes discussion with LVT and those in charge to make this work best for everyone. Yeah, that's the thing, is they didn't talk to us. They just announced a format, and then I reacted to said format. Yeah, the Cecil guys, this is even 25 minutes ago. This is fresh, bro. This guy's brain dead. Like, he's like, like this happened went downstairs and grabbed my food, and he was typing that in this Reddit.
He's making a thread up right now.
Pros will be on their knees for half of this in December. Okay, that's another thing too. If they wanted to propose something like this, it should have been done in the off season, not in the middle of the season when teams are swapping around nonstop. It's like the only mid-season roster mania, and they said that it's going to start on Wednesday. Today's Sunday. Pretty sure Formal said that he doesn't mind the tournament. It's the amount of time being streamed for LVT, which has nothing for the pros, playing who may not even win if they get knocked out. Yeah, pretty much. I would be down to go to the LAN, just like the case on LAN. My main thing was I thought that there was way too much time, I think. Format only really helps grow LVT's channel, make them a bunch of ad revenue, while players, like, take a team like C9, right? They have a few streamers on their team. We might stream the tournaments, right? Now you got, let's say there's 2 people streaming from that team. They got 30 viewers and 60 viewers. LVT's got 2,200. Like, obviously, that doesn't help the players at all. You know what I'm saying? Well, even though Boobadoo is streaming, LVT's going to make a lot of money that day. But say C9 does bad and then doesn't even get invited to LAN, it's just 3 months of making them money, right? That was the initial format. That's kind of like the whole thing that I was like trying to get across is just that I understand that Shopify isn't going to pay them, and they have to make some sort of money. But there's a line, right, where it's acceptable amount of time streamed. So I happy to cut to less games. Okay, yeah. So right now the discussions going back and forth between players and LVT and teams in LVT is trying to get to that line where it's acceptable to let them stream the matches for an amount of time, but not to where once it goes over that line where now it's only benefiting LVT. That's the line that you have to, like, what I think you should have done, LVT, is before you guys even announced this format, you guys should have contacted the pro players, talked to them a little bit, maybe at the event, maybe at Arlington. This is probably in the works for a while. You could have talked to them and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this league thing. Shopify doesn't want to do like a case on LAN, so we're thinking about doing a little something different. We want to do, something to build up the hype going into the LAN. There's a 50K prize pool at the end. It's going to be 6 in LA. What do you guys think we should do, or would you be okay with this format? And then once the pros, obviously that first format would have been like, that seems like a lot. Then you could have started cutting it down and having the discussions that you're having now, weeks ago, months ago, so that we don't get to this point where it feels like there's tension between the players and LVT. That's what I think you guys should have done. But now it's weird, and it feels like there's like hostility because you guys just kind of announced something. That's the problem. That I think would have stopped all of this. That's not the reality that we're in. We're in the reality where you just announced it. So now there's a bunch of tweaks happening in real time, day by day. There's new stuff being added. The schedule's changing, right? Like day by day, there's like updates on the schedule, and you guys are talking back and forth still. Like nothing's finalized yet still, but you guys should have talked to players beforehand. And trust me, I understand, and I respect the amount of work that LVT has put in to just Halo as a whole. I understand that. Yeah, I made a mistake, but I did show all the coaches on Thursday at LAN and asked them to tell the players what is at stake as far as DH placing. Coaches were excited. Okay. I get that. I think coaches being excited and coaches telling their players, say, I guess the next day in the pro lounge or sending it in the group DM or group text, whatever it may have been, those players are probably focusing on DreamHack regardless. They're probably like, okay, that's cool. We'll talk about it after the event. I still don't think that's enough time. I mean, I remember Jason mentioning it to us, but there was no mention of how it was going to go. I just heard there's a Shopify LAN in September if you guys want to play in it. And we're like, yeah, I'm down. What? LA? Oh, that's vibey. That was our response. Oh, it's in LA. Yeah, we're down. But we didn't know anything about 3-month-long league thing, which we obviously would have been like, wait, what? So I respect what LVT has done just for Halo as a whole. The constant streams, the grassroots trainings, I saw 2v2s, I saw 4 chubs. I respect the hard work. I respect that you guys have grinded to get to where you are now. But I don't want you guys to step on your own legacy by doing this and making it seem like you guys are something that you're not, I don't know why I said legacy, but you know what I mean. Yeah, your rep. Yeah, brand. Yeah. A gigantic company tried doing something similar to this. MLG tried doing something similar to this in AW, where every single pro player was pulled off of Twitch and put onto MLG.TV. And if you weren't playing it on MLG.TV, you could not stream or you would get reprimanded. You could not play in the MLG tournaments and the league, the pro league, if you weren't streaming on MLG.TV. We all know how that went. I'm not even sure if any of you guys even know what I'm talking about. If you were around back then, you remember MLG.TV, that was horrible. Horrible. It's kind of crazy to think about how Call of Duty could have been if they never got off of Twitch. Okay, you think ads are bad right now on Twitch? You should have seen MLG.TV back then. Unskippable ads. Subs, and I don't even think it mattered if you were subbed. Maybe it did. I don't know. But dude, for the players, you were required to do like 10 minutes of ads per hour. It was like something insane where you kind of like felt bad, but like you had to do it. I think the only 2 people that it was good for was Nate and Seth, because they actually had like contracts with MLG.TV. I think they were cashing. It was probably worth for them. It was all bad, and I'm sure it was one of MLG's biggest regrets. I'm not going to say that's what LVT's trying to do, because they're not to that extent, but like, it's down the same street, you know what I mean? They're just driving 2 different cars, but it's down the same street, and it just feels weird, Happy to do it the right way, show me the way. Yeah, I mean, this is different energy than I was reading in Brad's chat yesterday, but that's fine, I understand. You were pissed, you guys were getting slandered on Reddit, Twitter, like, I get it, bro, there was some anger there, I understand. So I'll just take down on the chin. I don't give a to be honest, it's fine. But I'm going to let you know right now, though, like, reading that did make me feel kind of weird towards you guys. I just said I don't give a and then I followed up with that, so I guess I give a little. It was just weird seeing that, considering you messaged me like an hour and a half later, basically saying, let's work this out. That was what, like, caught me off guard. That was what actually pissed me off yesterday. I was like, wait, I was just DMing this guy like an hour ago. What do you mean he's talking shit? And I don't want you to think that I hate you, LVT, like, in your whole operation, because I respect it, bro. The grind paid off, right? The grind is paying off in real time for you guys. This is great. I mean, your chat's kind of AIDS, but that's behind, I can live with that. Some weird energy in this chat. LVT is huge for Halo. We need to. Yeah, I'm not trying to cancel LVT. I think Halo needs LVT. I think a lot of stuff they do is good. Okay, so from what I've been told, Shopify does not want to do anything like the case online. They don't want to have 1 day pop up, 50K prize pool, throw their money for 1 day. I think they wanted something a little more interesting, a little more exciting, which is why the league was proposed. So 3 months too long. 2 months way too long. 2 weeks is like I think acceptable, and then how you have the LAN. Right? That way LVT gets a little slice. The slice ain't too big where it's weird and you're all like, you know when you go to like a party, like you're a little kid, right? You go to a party, they're cutting the cake, and then your friend gets a slice double the size, you're going to feel a type of way about that, right? Let's all have the same slice. Like the way it was proposed before, LVT was cutting the cake and just giving out little slices to everyone. And like, here you go. I know you guys have to make some money to even have this be worth it for you guys to run production for this event. But I also know how much money Twitch makes. Whether or not you guys got to split it 8 ways, that's on you guys and your team to decide. I also know what kind of money that viewership makes. And I think you guys will be perfectly fine. I changed the format according to your critique from your stream on Tuesday. It feels like APG was upset that it was cut to 7 games per team, so it's frustrating getting mixed feedback from personalities. Okay, first of all, Brad is mad because he wants to watch Party more. It's the same thing as you guys. What you just said, it'd be different. Instead of APG, you said bound, and it's my teammate. You know what I'm saying? It's different than you giving an example of someone else who's doing the exact same thing as you guys when those matches would be streamed. We all want to see you play more? Okay. I don't think you're getting what I'm saying. Here, LVT, obviously. Okay, here we go. You guys would not want us to play more. What if I told you LVT can only stream the last 2 weeks, and we played the whole 3 months? What if I told you that? You wouldn't do that, right? Because that's brain dead for you guys. The more we play, the more money it would be worth for you guys, APG, Maniac, and those are 2 of my best friends. But I know it's the same shit. I'm agreeing with the players. I have no problem with less matches. I said as a player, I understand. I wanted the league to start later this month. Best of 5s and reduced matches. I just don't know why there's a rush on playing matches for something that is in September. Am I tweaking? We're in June. I don't like how long we're doing this for.
We're basically doing an APG stream right now.
I know, I don't like it. So let's wrap this up, LVT. Okay, the bottom line is that I think you guys should just talk to players beforehand. That's pretty much it. I think we could have avoided all of this mess if we just had you guys talk to the players before you announced it. Yeah, I made a mistake by releasing a format that wasn't seen by the players. Okay. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Understandable. It happens. It's not a big deal. There's still so much time. Yeah, there you go. Bro, chat. They were giving me small water balls today. Look at this one. This one's like Pack-a-Punch, bro. It's so big. The biggest smart water I've ever seen, bro. They just have normal size shit here. I don't understand.